Hello, boxing fans. Thank you for joining us once again on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today. We're going to start you off with a little news out of Probellum. They've done a deal with Costa Rica's 3MG Boxing. Probellum can today announce yet another multi-fight, multi-year co-promotional agreement, teaming up with Costa Rica's 3MG Boxing. The deal with 3MG Boxing is Probellum's latest co-promotional agreement, having also secured deals with Wasserman, Universum, Groupe Yvon Michel, Miravilla Box, Kynoch Boxing, Mitchell Sports Promotions, LNK Boxing, that's out of Latvia, Titov Boxing in Russia, Glozier Boxing in New Zealand, PR Best Boxing in Puerto Rico, Shawn Boxing in Dominican Republic, Buffalo Boxing in Nicaragua. It goes on. Quite a lot of deals these fellas have been making, and good for them. It also augments their elite roster, including fighters such as Regis Progress, Noni Danito, Badu Jack, Donnie Nietes, Lee McGregor, who we featured yesterday on Talk and Fight. So good for 3MG down in Costa Rica. Great for Probellum and continuing to grow the roster of partners and an elite roster of boxers as well. Elsewhere, we see that Rolando Soto has defeated Hector Coronado in Tamaulipas. Looks like a fight out of Mexico, I believe. Last Friday, a great card called My Dear Matamoros took place in the city of Matamoros under the promotion of Pepe Alcaraz Jr. in the Municipal Auditorium, which was sold out, where the main fight carried out between Rolando Soto and Hector Coronado, supported by the WBC. Rolando demonstrated his might by crowning Fickerbox Cruiserweight champion in 2 minutes and 33 seconds of the second round by giving his opponent a body shot, from which he could not recover after the protection account. Ola Duvan left a great impression by winning the WBA NABA belt. Ola Duvan's main goal in his career is to become world champion. With his victory last Saturday against Glenn Dzern, he hung on to the WBA NABA Super Bantamweight belt and took another step in the right direction. The Ukrainian Pitbull made a big impression at Cathedral Room in St. Nicholas in Pittsburgh. That's a Cathedral Room at St. Nicholas in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And he earned 3 190 scorecards from the judges. The venue was packed with Ukrainian fans who were thrilled with the action and cheered on the 27-year-old for his victory against the American last weekend. I want to thank everyone for your support. You guys are the best. I heard everyone screaming loudly, and it was amazing. He told the fans after his victory. Good for him. Canelo, yes. Saul Alvarez to face WBC Cruiserweight World Champion Lunga Makabu. The World Boxing Council Board of Governors has unanimously voted to approve Saul Canelo Alvarez fight for the WBC Cruiserweight title in May or June of next year. It was proposed by his coach and manager Eddie Renacio at the Mandatory Defenses Committee at the WBC 59th Convention in Mexico City. David Benavidez is approved to fight for the interim super middleweight title. In other news, we see that Sebastian Fundora has offered up some quotes for his bout coming up against Sergio Garcia on December 5th. Unbeaten super welterweight contender Sebastian the Towering Inferno Fundora plans to make the most of his opportunity, stepping up in competition when he faces fellow unbeaten Sergio Garcia in a WBC super welterweight world title eliminator on Sunday, December 5th. That'll be available on Showtime pay-per-view, co-main event for the Gervonta Davis and Isaac Cruz. That'll be coming live from the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Said Fundora, of course I see this as a step-up fight. He's ranked number 2 by the WBC for a reason. I want to show that I'm going to become a world champion. This is the next step toward reaching my goal. Good for him. Lee McGregor, I just mentioned, with respect to Probellum, faces Narek Abgaran on December 18th. Lee McGregor will be back in action next month when he defends his European bantamweight title against Narek Abgaran. McGregor, who's 11-0 with 9 knockouts, has signed a co-promotional deal with Matchroom Boxing and Probellum and returns to action in the AO Arena in Manchester on Saturday, December 18th. The undefeated star was last in action in August when he defended his European title with a stoppage win over Vincent Legrand, and the 24-year-old hopes of victory moves him closer to a world title shot. Cesar Julio Cesar, Ray Martinez, and McGregor go face-to-face. And this is ahead of their battle at the SNHU Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. The flyweight champion of the World Boxing Council, Mexican Julio Cesar Ray Martinez, will be defending his title against the mandatory challenger, the Puerto Rican McGregor, in one of the main fights of a card of 4 World Championships, which will take place this Friday at the SNHU Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire, United States. That's tonight. Ray Martinez, who's 18-1 with 14 knockouts, will fight Arroyo, who's 21-4 with 16 knockouts, the 4th defense of his title, which he won in December 2019 by knocking out now former world champion Christopher Rosales in 9 rounds. And in another article, but in a similar vein, Martinez is looking past McWilliams-Arroyo, and he wants Edwards. Julio Cesar Martinez says he would love to fight IBF champion Sonny Edwards, but admits that tomorrow night, that's tonight, WBC World Flyweight title defense against McWilliams-Arroyo is his toughest fight yet as they clash at the SNHU Arena. Martinez is 18-1, 14 knockouts, puts his belt on the line for the 4th time in a hotly anticipated bout with Arroyo that's been postponed twice. The Mexico versus Puerto Rico battle could steal the show on a night with 4 huge world title fights, with interim champion Arroyo, 21-4, 16 knockouts, bullish in his belief that he'll rip the belt from El Rey. He says a fight with Britton Edwards appeals most to Martinez, with the Mexican having traveled to UK to face his brother Charlie in August 2019, and the fight ending in a no contest after Martinez landed a shot with Edwards on a knee, having been floored by the all-action star. There's a chapter that the champion would like to close, but he knows he has serious business to take care of in the shape of Arroyo. He said, I'm excited, I'm happy, and I'm very motivated because, as they say, there's no day that doesn't come, and no commitment that doesn't get completed. So I'm very ready to face this challenge. We're getting to know the new territories, and we're excited to be able to come to new cities and meet new fans, and I hope they're happy with my performance, he said. Good for him. If you want to see more of his quotes, go along to boxing247.com. Elsewhere, we see that Murodjon Akhmadaliev, who's 9-0 with 7 knockouts, defending his WBA and IBF World Super Bantamweight titles against Jose Velasquez, who's 26-9-2 with 19 knockouts. And the second step of the path, crowning an undisputed women's champion at 140 pounds, sees Callie Rice, 18-7-1 with 5 knockouts, take on Jessica Chimera, 8-2 for the WBA, IBO, and vacant WBO straps. Demetrius Andrade is ready for his Jason Quigley fight. Again, happening tonight. Big fight going on down in Manchester, as we mentioned earlier. Demetrius Andrade has vowed to destroy Jason Quigley and make a big statement as he makes the 5th defense of his WBO World Middleweight title this Friday. It's tonight at the SNHU Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. Boo Boo meets his 5th European opponent for his crown, and 2-weight world king is determined to send it back empty-handed like he's done to all comers so far, and deliver a performance that will have fans and pundits clamoring for him to land the big fight he craves. I've been training to be destructive, said Andrade. Someone is going to stop this fight. Put your house on it. I look to give everybody a beating, in a sense, to outclass them. Going in and knocking people out is cool, but I also like to get rounds in and show my skill level. We just saw Canelo and Caleb Plant. It took him 11 rounds to end the fight, but I'm not Caleb Plant. There's a whole lot more in me than what Caleb showed. That's the type of fight that I would like to get in and do, though, and show my skills, my heart, my conditioning, what I'm made out of. Anyone can get caught with a lucky punch or caught cold and fight's over. I know knockouts sell, and that's cool, but the wealthiest athlete in the sport was Floyd, and he didn't knock out anyone for a long time at the end. So it's funny how knockouts sell, but when I get knockouts, I don't get the fights. I think I would rather fight me thinking that I don't have power rather than having power. At the end of the day, do they want me in the ring with? Do they want to get in the ring with me? Jason Quigley said yes. I have a good contract. I'm making good money. And at the end of the day, I can't get frustrated and be emotionally driven as it's out of my control. I'm just focusing on me. And right now, that's Jason Quigley on November 19th. That's tonight. And I'm happy for that. It's one step closer to show people how much longer they're going to be to keep avoiding me. But I don't get paid if I don't fight. So it's not about them. It's about me. What am I doing? How do I keep people showing yes? Demetrius should be fighting them. I want to see it. I'm excited. Boxing's back in full force. The fans are back in the arena, and we're near my hometown, and we're going to bring the championship boxing to a state that's never had it before. It's a real honor, and I'm really ready to get back in there and show people what I'm all about. Finally, we'll end off with a couple of quotes from Terence Crawford and Shawn Porter. Another big fight happening tomorrow night at the Michelob Ultra Arena. That's at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. And as I said, this is between, as we all know, Terence Bud Crawford and Showtime Shawn Porter. And let's go straight. Crawford, by the way, is 37-0 with 28 knockouts. Porter, 31-3-1 with 17 knockouts. It's presented by Top Rank and TGB Promotions, and it's going to be shown on ESPN+. Said Crawford, I respect everything that Shawn does. Shawn is an athlete. He can box, he can bang, he can move around in the ring. He can cut corners and take angles. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't respect anything that he does. I'm just going to say that I do a lot of things better than Shawn. I'm going to show him come Saturday. Once we sign that contract, the switch was already flipped, and I can't wait to go out there on Saturday, display my talent, and look good doing it. Until then, right now, I'm just chilling, playing Call of Duty in the room all by myself all day. I've been in the room all day isolating. Shawn Porter retorts, I don't think there's much that I can say to Bud that's going to change the way he thinks about himself and the outcome of this fight. He can't look at me and say, I'm going to beat your ass, and I'm going to believe that, and he knows that, and he won't dare do it. I can say the exact thing he said and believe it. Terence, you know better than I do that you've matured. I feel like people see I feel like people see your personality and your character right now more than they've ever seen. But I feel like I'm still correct in saying that when the wrong tweet or Instagram post goes up, you can get upset. There are people you can get to, and there are people that you can't get to. I'm one of those people that you can't get to. And I've got a feeling you can get him quicker or on the microphone than you can get him in the ring. In the ring, he's solid, but there may be something that is posted or said that might have an effect on him during the fight. I'm relaxing. I'm drinking water. I'm biding my time. I'm a Showtime fighter. I can't wait for Showtime. And I'm really even-keeled type of guy. I like things to be easy, and fight week is always easy for me. Well, boxing fans, thanks very much. Hey, Carl. Yeah, we're looking forward to the Crawford-Porter fight as well. And, Josh Taylor could be up next. Right on. Well, thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on Monday. But join us later on tonight, 7 o'clock, panel.